Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be talking about how I uploaded 1,000 designs to Redbubble, and essentially here's what I learned and exactly what happened. Now before we begin, I want to go ahead and talk about the different Redbubble accounts I currently have. So one account with the most amount of designs on it has 1,600 roughly designs, 1,655 to be exact. Account number 2 has exactly 100 designs, and account number 3 undetermined. I actually don't know the password to account number 3. I've been getting like little checks, like little bank transfers once a month to the account. And I completely forgot it. It was actually the first account I ever started, and kind of forgot about it. And number 4 is this new Stoic account that you guys may know about. I featured it in a few of my other videos, kind of showing people how I'm going to grow it and how I'm going to use it to make money, and eventually I will sell that account. And that's kind of like the account that I have publicly. Now, just to talk about the account with the 1,600, I started it in December of last year, of 2020 to be exact. So we can say after this month it will be roughly a year. And what happened is the account started off very well, and somewhere along the road I kind of forgot about it until it reached its very lowest point, which was in June. When it hit June, I thought, so honestly, all I could see was I saw red. I thought something was wrong with the account. I was messaging Redbubble and things like that, but the account was getting traffic. Now, it was getting significantly less than what it used to get, but it was getting traffic. So I figured, okay, let's go ahead and do a all hands on deck kind of situation. And all of July and August, we were posting like crazy on the account. And, obviously we weren't fulfilling our daily limits. If you guys don't know, you're allowed to post 60 pieces a day. And those 60 pieces can be different designs, so on Redbubble. And that comes out to $1,800 a month. So we weren't fulfilling our limits, obviously, by any means, but we were trying as hard as we can. And I did hire virtual assistants for this, and there was a lot of checking. There was a lot of work behind the scenes that I kind of didn't talk about at the time. And this was at the time where the merch by Amazon took a dive also. But then merch by Amazon kind of went up every single month after that. And when I say went up, it went up drastically. So I thought that maybe there was some sort of pattern, some sort of market demand. Maybe it was the type of designs that was, kind of affecting my stores. And August is kind of what really hit me, where kind of showing or kind of consolidating or kind of mentally saying, okay, my thoughts are verified. I'm doing right here. And so I learned a few things along the way. You could see here, this is the sales report. Obviously, I put a little overlay of my logo on top of it here for the year, I guess you could say, of 2021 without December. And I kind of want to talk about it. And guys, this is the last month of the year. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it going. Let's finish this year on a good note. Let's work as hard as we can in every aspect of life, and let's just go ahead and move forward. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So let's talk about what I learned. So I learned a lot of things in the process. And the first thing that I learned is by far the easiest way to increase your sales is just simply post as many designs as possible. You never know what's going to hit. You never know what's going to reach. You never know what's going to make sales. And sometimes it could be the weirdest, oddest products that you upload. And something you've never expected to sell. It sells and it makes you money. So I'm telling you guys, the number one easiest way to make money, to increase sales, is post more designs, period. If you have 100 and you're complaining about low sales, post more. If you have 200, post more. If you have 50, post more. Just point blank, period, okay? The second thing is that Google doesn't pick up all designs. For me, I was getting a ton of traffic from Google, but I realized that Google was picking and choosing which designs they kind of chose. So you got to kind of make way for that. You got to kind of understand that Google's not going to pick up all designs. And for me in my life, guys, the way I look at Google is I put Google first in basically everything when it comes to business. If I want a business to succeed, if I want my blog to succeed and grow, I think, okay, how can I get it on Google? If I do affiliate marketing, how can I get my affiliate links on Google? If I sell clothing, how can I get my products on Google? For me, Google is everything. It's the cornerstone of my success when it comes down to business, okay? So Google doesn't pick up all designs for Redbubble. In fact, it only picks up a percentage of what you're doing. And it's really up to Google. It's really up to Redbubble. It's up to no indexing. And it's kind of a matter of chance. You really don't get to control that kind of thing. Now, you can optimize it by doing certain keyword research and things like that. And speaking of keyword research, I have a whole module on that in my course coming up, my Redbubble course. And the course is not for sale right now, but it will be offered to the public for everybody. When it is offered, it will be in the first link of the comments section of all videos that are pertaining to Redbubble on my channel. So in the comment section, if you guys see a link, that is, it will be a pinned comment, so you have to actually click on the comments and look at all the comments. The first comment, it will include the course, and I will release it soon. I just haven't, publicized it yet, but the Redbubble course is literally just to kind of show people the insides of what I do, and part of it has to do with Google research, and there's a big aspect to getting your designs picked up with Google. With that being said, let's talk about Google. So about 60% of my traffic did come from Google. And like I said, I kind of had an optimization strategy where I picked certain keywords and certain tags to get on Google. That was kind of my whole game plan. And I figured, Google is a larger platform than Redbubble is, right? Redbubble is huge. Redbubble is the 11th largest site in the arts and category section of all of the internet. I think last month they gained like 29 million visits to the website. 29 million, guys, that's a lot. They're a publicly traded company on the stock market. They're a big company, but Google is bigger. And at least I can't say for everybody, but for me, guys, what I learned is that if I can focus on getting my traffic from Google, I'm playing the bigger game there. And that's exactly what I did, and most of my traffic did come from Google, and we reaped the results. We did well. This is, when we really started cranking on it, you could consider August a successful month, but that's really when we started going hard. Now, September and October did have a little dip. It's actually normal for October months to have a little dip in terms of trends. But September, I look at September as like a normal, neutral month that could replace all these other months for the next year. And if that's going to be my new low, the September month, I'm very happy with that, because then we boosted up the numbers pretty dramatically in terms of averages. But let's go ahead and continue. Traffic conversion rates. Let's talk about these traffic conversion rates and what I learned about that. What I did was I segmented my traffic. I wanted to see where traffic is coming from and what is the conversion rate for each one. And so for Google, it was about 4.6%, which is actually pretty good. It's about 2% higher, 2.3% higher than the average conversion rate on the internet today. In fact, Google publicly states this, that the average conversion rate on websites in the internet today is about 2.3%. So the fact that I was getting 2.6% conversion rates just from Google satisfied me. Okay, I was happy with that. It's higher than the average. It's good. It's not bad. Okay. 9.4% was coming from social media. When I talk about social media, I'm specifically talking about Instagram, okay? For Redbubble traffic, I didn't really calculate that. I didn't really pay attention to that too much. And direct linking, I also didn't pay attention to that much because I haven't done too much of it yet. Plans for the future, I do plan on creating a blog that will promote certain Redbubble stores. Now, the Redbubble stores that I already have mentioned, other than the Stoic account, none of them are going to have any blogs attached to them and things like that, because I did make a crucial mistake when I created these accounts. And the mistake is that I didn't niche down, essentially. I call it nicheify. When I'm creating a Redbubble store, kind of like the Stoic account, and I'll just kind of show you guys here. I'll go to View Shop. The idea is, and this is just my recommendation, is you want to have it all in one niche. If you're going to have a store, keep it to a single niche. That's just my opinion. It increases average order values. It increases conversion rates overall. It's just a better way to go. That's just, once again, my opinion. These accounts I didn't, and so it will be harder to create a blog that promotes every design in those accounts because it's not niche down. But if I create a blog that's specifically on this in one niche, then I can do much better and I can do much more success. So that's kind of a plan for the future, right? Now let's kind of talk about the benefits of each. With Google, you have the benefit of scale. You have the benefit of, posting 1,600 designs. Let's say 900 of them get picked up by Google, some even times even more, maybe 1,200, 1,300. All those designs are bringing in traffic on a daily basis to your site. Whether they buy right away or not is really irrelevant. But think about it this way. If you're getting 1,000 visits to your site, to your store per day on Google, or just from Google, you're going to get about 10 sales at the minimum per day from Google. So if you want more sales, like I said, put them out more and keep Google in mind. The second thing is Instagram. Instagram is not really scalable from the perspective that I was using it. Well, it is scalable, but it's going to take effort to scale, but it's controllable. And when I say controllable, really what I mean is when I set up the Instagram bot to go out there and follow for me accounts or engage with accounts, I'm creating a manual push in sales. So technically, and I'll kind of show you guys how this works, is if I go to Instagram, and I just do this right now. Let's go ahead and go to Instagram here. And let's just give this a second to load. My computer is, the internet is a little bad today, but I'm going to go ahead and shut this link off. But you guys see what's going on here. Just head over to my profile. And you could see here, when I'm using the Instagram bot, this is for a brand new account, guys. So this is not the account that I'm talking about. But when I use an Instagram bot, for me to get, let's say, 7 organic likes or 11 organic likes or even 300 followers, and these are not true 300 followers. I think normally I have like about 100 followers on this account, maybe even less, probably 50, because I haven't really been focusing on it. But like I said, this is day one of the, I'm going to focus more on it. What happens is that if I was to set up an Instagram account normally and just post photos, I would sit there for months without a single visitor. But I can actually control how many people now come to my store. And in fact, when we talk about stores and how many, Instagram bots, the Instagram bots helped a lot for that account. In fact, we only had one account, and we were receiving about 50 to 60 clicks per day. And, adding it up for the days that we actually used it, it contributed to about 11% of the traffic. So for about, towards the end, and I can't speak for the very last month because I didn't optimize for the very last month. I actually checked for, an average. For the average, guys, when we were driving traffic with Instagram, it contributed to be about 11%. And at this point, we only had about like 800 to 900 designs. By here, we had like maybe 1,200, and then by here, we had about 1,600. So, in this whole aspect of time, 11%, which is, roughly 50 clicks, which for the day total, about 600 to 500 clicks a day in terms of traffic for sales. 11% of that came from the Instagram bot, which 50 of those clicks, like I said, came from the Instagram bot per day, 50 to 60 of them. And so that's a significant amount. All right. And it created a manual push. Imagine if you can send an extra 50 to 60 people to your Redbubble shop every single day who are genuinely interested in the products that you can sell. And that's exactly what Instagram bots did for me. And that's why I started this brand new account. Well, it's not brand new. It was older. I had to reformat it. I had to delete all the old images. The account used to be about cars. I had to rename the username. I had to change the links. I had to change the profile. It was basically a dead account. I hadn't posted on it in 2 years. So I had to take it and reformat it. And obviously these 317 followers, most of them are dead followers. I would say about 290 of them are probably dead followers. The other probably 30 or 40 are probably active followers, and that means the engagement rate is relatively high, but we just have to dial things in and get a little more consistent. But with that being said, if I was to sit there without an Instagram bot, I would have to literally wait years, maybe even months, before getting a single visitor to my store. And hashtags, no offense, is simply not going to do it. If I sit there with hashtags and post photos like this, I'm just not going to get seen. It's just not going to happen. But what I can do is, like I said, use an Instagram bot and manually use the bot and reach out to 150 people a day. 50 of those people will come back to my profile and click on my link. Maybe even more will end up following me, but this is kind of how it works. And the bot that I use, like I said, or that I've been using recently, is the Optimal bot, and it's relatively young in age. The Optimal bot, guys, you can go to igbots.org to check it out. And honestly, guys, if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I talk about Instagram bots, you should check out the recent videos that I've been posting about Instagram bots. I've been doing tutorials showing people how to use them, how to set them up, why they work for Instagram, things, or why they work for Redbubble, why they work for Instagram, how they get you followers, how they get you sales, etc. So this is not the video where I sit there and I kind of show people exactly how to set it up, but in general, the way it works is you find an account, So like any kind of target account. So let's say I use this target account, the Stoic Feed account, and let's say I want to target their the people who like their photos, or even the follow list, right? The people who follow them. And basically the general consensus or the idea is that these 351,000 people that follow this account, they follow this account because they're genuinely interested in what the account has to offer. So what do? Is I take the bot, I put in my settings for the bot to work. Let's say I want the delay from 1 to 5 seconds. So that means the bot is going to wait from 1 to 5 seconds to perform a single action. And I click this button once. And what it will do is every 1 to 5 seconds, it will look for a follow button to click. And you could see here, it just did it for the first account, and it just did it for the second account, and so on. And it's going to keep doing that, and what it's going to do is it's going to get me attention. Now, like I said, these are followers who follow this specific account, and let's just go ahead and stop the bot here. And if you look at the account, and you look at the content they post, it's similar to the content that I post. So every single person that I engage with who genuinely likes the account that you're seeing here is going to look at my profile and might have, or there's a good chance they're going to have that same feeling towards my account. And at minimum, I'm going to get a follow, I'm going to get a like, I'm going to get a view, I'm going to get something that's going to help me reach more people. Those people will click on my link if they're genuinely interested, and they're going to see my store. Even if they don't buy right away, Redbubble is going to retarget them and make me money from that end. Because if they retarget them, they'll make the buying decision a little bit later. Or they could buy right on the spot, which many times I've had that happen, where people bought right on the spot, and they actually message me in the DM saying, hey, I love this product, I love that product, etc. So, the reason why I say we were doing 50 to 60 clicks is because it was in the past. We were. Now what we're doing is that we actually have 2 Instagram accounts, so we're doubling that number because we want to have a better year next year. Instead of creating, like, let's say 6.5K, we want to create on a single account maybe 10, 20, 30, or even 40K on Redbubble. And like I said, those are goals for the future. In terms of this specific account, guys, I don't plan on posting anymore on that specific account, because once it gets to a certain point where you're posting more and more, at that point you're just risking. You're risking, and you could take those extra designs and put them in a whole different store and then eventually sell that other store, okay? But there are some whale accounts on Redbubble where they have 10,000 designs and they're making 100 sales a day, 200 sales a day. It does exist out there. But you know, for me, I don't plan on creating one of those whale accounts. I'd rather have 10 smaller ones, 100 designs, 500 designs, 1,000 designs on each one. And those each of those accounts are getting me sales every day, as opposed to one account with 10 to 15,000 designs on them where I'm getting a ton of sales on that account. And that's just my opinion. But like I said, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. So what I wouldn't do IG if it wasn't for the Instagram bots. I'm just going to keep it real. If I'm going to sit there and post photos for months on end, waiting for a single follower, waiting for a single person to engage me, it's just not worth it. My time is worth money. And for me, the Instagram bots, all you guys saw, it takes 2 clicks to interact with people. But if I have to sit there and post frequently every single day, and I have to engage with, I have to comment on people's posts, and I have to message them manually, and I have to sit there and manually do the work, and then I have to wait months to get any sort of attention, it's not worth it for me. So the answer is no. I would not be doing Instagram if it wasn't for the tools. If I didn't have this tool to use, or the other follow and follow bus, I would simply just not do it. That's just my opinion. I know there's going to be some people here that maybe do Instagram organically and they're hoping for an extra like, or that's nothing for me. For me, I want to control the outcome of my success. And lastly, the overall store conversion rate went up by 3% by optimizing all photo designs. I've spoken about this yesterday, but with Redbubble, there's a lot of designs out there that a lot of creators are taking, putting it on all products. But the products are not optimized for that specific design. A piece of the image could be cut off. Maybe it's not showing properly. Maybe it just doesn't even look good. You got to optimize every single design for every single product. When I did that, when I went back and I hired a team, well, I didn't do it, but hire a team of virtual assistants to go back and do it for me, the conversion rates went up. So essentially what I did was I'm essentially making money by saving designs that were already posted and optimizing them. You could call that saving money. You could call that earning more with doing nothing. I don't know what you would want to call that, but that's essentially success. And that kind of showed to me how valuable it is, to essentially pay attention to what I'm posting. right? It's not enough to just post a design and hope that it sells. No, you got to optimize for every single product design. Make sure that it looks good on the actual product. Make sure it's fitted right. Make sure it's not cut off. Make sure it doesn't look, make sure everything is looking optimal. And of course, make sure every product is active and for sale. Maybe you're not used to selling the aprons or the masks. Doesn't matter. You put your design on those anyway because you never know who's going to buy them. And so that's everything I learned after posting over 1,000 designs to a Redbubble store. If you guys don't remember, I created a video a while ago where on this second account, we created a brand new account and posted 100 designs on this specific account. And there's a lot of things I learned. But the biggest thing I took away from that specific account is that the more you post, the more you understand the platform, the more money you make. And at that point, I thought I understood the platform completely. I thought I understood everything there was to understand about Redbubble, but I guess I didn't. After uploading 1,600 designs, and a little bit less, obviously. Obviously, I didn't manually do it, but I hired a team and things like that. What I learned was there's a lot of things that go into the success of Redbubble. Your tagging, your titles, your keywords, your photo designs, the traffic that you're, sending from outside of Redbubble, the traffic that's coming in from Redbubble, the traffic that's coming in from Google, social media traffic, Instagram bots. All of these different aspects play a big role in the success of your account. And there's not one thing that can control your success other than if you want to make more money now, just give yourself a better chance by uploading more designs. And what I learned was also that it's a numbers game. It's a mathematical game. You want to make more money? You got to do more work. It's plain and simple. I see a lot of comments of people saying like, I'm not getting sales. I don't know why. It's probably going to be one of a few different options, whether it's you don't have enough designs, people are not seeing your designs, but at the end of the day, it comes down to really one thing, and that's a traffic problem. It's not that you have a design problem, it's a traffic problem. You're not driving enough traffic to your audience, to your store, not to your audience, but to your store. You're not driving enough of an audience size to your store. Now, like I said, there are a few things that help me do that. You have the organic from Google, you have the Redbubble search, you have the direct links, which I didn't really use much of. You have I already said organic, but you have the social media. The Instagram bots, for example, helped a lot because the people who didn't buy right away, like I said, Redbubble ended up retargeting them and showing them ads, which later created sales. So there's a lot of things about Redbubble that makes it a really fun game to play. And, that's all I got to say. Hopefully this video, guys, helped you out. Like I said, if you're interested in the course, it will be in the link in the comments down below. It's not available for sale yet. So if you're watching this on the day that the video was uploaded, it's not going to be there. It's going to be out there in the future. So if you want to get access to the course, sign up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll let you guys know when the course is live and when it's public. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye.